Hi guys.
Hey.
Thank you all for coming. So, I was 12 years old the first time I body slammed a boy onto a mattress. He was my childhood friend, grew up in the same neighborhood, and we picked up my flimsy twin mattress, carried it behind my house to a grassy field, and threw it smack down on the grass. Now, she's here tonight, so I'm kind of wondering if my mother's face in the window that day was a look of sheer terror or my future #1 fan. But since she's here tonight, I'm going to go ahead and stick with the second one. Let me take you back. I grew up the dictionary definition of a tomboy. While most girls my age were playing with Barbies and painting their nails, I ran with the boys. Dirty nails, grass stains, G.I. Joes. One day while I was watching TV, my life changed forever. It was loud, it was colorful, it was rebellious, it was completely bad-ass. And from the age of 11, I was captivated so much by one thing that I had a one-track mind: professional wrestling. I practiced on a mattress in my backyard. I created myself as a character in all of the video games. Practiced my autograph. The childhood dream was real. At age 18, I moved halfway across the country to train with the wrestling greats. I was on a mission. I was the first to arrive, and I was the last to leave. I made friends for life. We were all struggling together. We were broke. We were in pain. And we were away from our families. But we were chasing our dreams. And the collective force of that is a feeling inside my heart and soul that I will never forget. The thousands of miles that I would put on my car driving to shows. The Thanksgiving dinner that I ate through a straw when my jaw was broken in 3 places. Juggling college and training and college and a job and training. None of it compared, none of it contended to the feeling of being with my first real tribe. Well, the years progressed. I became a pretty great little wrestler, and they couldn't ignore me anymore. And by they, I mean the WWE. But the WWE hired supermodels, and I was a wrestler. I had to look myself in the mirror and make some heavy decisions, and the commentary set in. Not pretty enough, not skinny enough, small-chested. Some heavy decisions. It was the childhood dream. And so the transformation began. I spent countless hours at midnight running on the treadmill at my 24-hour gym, and then going under the knife to change my body. I even started painting my nails. Was it worth it? Well, at age 23, I walked out onto a stage in front of 72,000 people at WrestleMania. I had made it. My life became like a movie, traveling the world, fans and fame. It was completely a dream come true. On the outside, it appeared like I was living my dream. But at the end of each day, I would sit in my hotel room and I would feel deeply empty. This world I had dreamt of had a lot of darkness. And the child in me felt pieces of her heart breaking. in the pursuit of becoming who they wanted me to be, I had turned myself into somebody that I didn't even recognize. The dream began to feel like a nightmare. I had a 10-year career of a plethora of the craziest stories that you can imagine. From a mattress in a backyard to a worldwide stage. From talking like my heroes to being in the ring with them. I even got to use my autograph that I practiced. It was wild. TV, pay-per-views, stamps upon stamps in my passport, and the injuries to show for it. Wrestling through the indescribable pain of a shoulder that I had separated twice in that same week, just because I had to prove that I was tough. Getting kicked in the head so hard that I couldn't even remember where I was. Meanwhile, I'm on the 8th floor of a building in Tokyo, Japan. Subsequently, sitting across the table from a neurologist, when he told me, "You have to stop now before your countless concussions ruin your head forever." After 10 years of this, I was completely worn out. My body hurt every single day. I was emotionally, mentally exhausted. Once again, I had to take that moment and I had to look myself in the mirror. And maybe for the first time in my life, I chose myself and I walked away. And it was all over. I tell this story now with compelling nerves. Not because of what it was, but because of who I am today. The journey post-wrestling for me has been one of rediscovering myself again and getting to know the lost girl that was inside. Her sensitivity that I had to ignore, her individuality that I had to change, and her spirit that I let slip away. A year ago, I went back under the knife, and I joyfully watched 500 cc's of saline come out of my chest.
Woo!
It was freedom. What I have come to know is that rediscovering oneself is empowering. I literally spent a decade of my life fighting for a job. Along the way, I changed every single part of my outer self just to fit an image. But my self-worth, ironically, diminished in the process. I used to love pro wrestling more than anything in the world. And now I love myself. And that was my hardest opponent all along. So what did I learn? Follow your dreams. Even the wildest, craziest, most out of reach dreams are possible. Never forget how beautiful you are. And always be your own best friend. And if nothing else, if you do nothing else, come Thanksgiving, you take a bite of those delicious mashed potatoes and gravy, and you fill your heart with gratitude that you are not sucking that shit through a straw.